Hummus is a wonderful Middle Eastern appetizer that could be transformed into an amazing elevated meal. Let's go and see how we can make this wonderful hummus topped with deliciously sauteed steak and lots of spices and herbs, served with amazing pita bread. Let's do the magic. We top it off with an amazing pine nuts and that hot spicy oil and butter. It is best served hot with that sizzling butter and amazing nuts and steak. Look at that. Wow. Delicious with capital D. Now this is the way hummus should be eaten, absolutely without any doubt. Let us have a look at the ingredients of making hummus. 50 grams of tahini whole wheat, 50 grams of full fat yogurt, 20 milliliter of Greek olive oil, and the juice of 1 lemon, a spoon of salt, a spoon of cumin. For our chickpeas, I started with 250 grams dried. I soaked in water, I cooked, and I have something less than a kilogram. We have soaked our chickpeas overnight and they have doubled in size. After boiling for about 35 to 40 minutes, our chickpeas are soft. We remove and we wash and we put in a strainer. Now they need to be cooked in such a way, look at that. You can crush them by hand. We need to mix everything together. Then we have to blend with a blender very well. Let's go. Now, if you see the mix is quite stiff, you could add about 10 to 15 milliliter of cold water until you get to this consistency. Now, you know that you have reached the right consistency and texture by taking a spoon and turning it upside down and they stick to that spoon. You see that? As you can see, my hummus is a bit rough. The reason is I have got all that skin from the chickpea. I like that because this is the healthier way of eating it. Now I've kept a bit on the side. I'm going to use that to decorate my hummus, to sprinkle my hummus with cumin and sumac. This is going to give my hummus a delicious flavor. Hold your horses, we're not gonna eat just yet. I'm going to make a loaf of wonderful Arabic pita, very thin, so I have 10 grams of yeast. To that I'm gonna put about 50 grams of white flour, 35 to 40 milliliter of water, and a pinch of salt. This is just enough to make one loaf of Arabic pita. I worked up my dough in a non-stick pan in which I'm going to be baking that loaf. So I'm gonna cover it like that. 2 hours after our dough is ready, we're going to heat it up and let it puff up and be wonderful bread. 3 minutes on each side on low heat. Our pita bread is perfect, ready and crispy and crunchy. We salt and pepper our steak. Two minutes into cooking, they're ready. We place our steak onto our hummus. In the same pot, on medium heat, we add oil and butter, pine nuts. We saute our pine nuts for a couple of minutes and they're ready. I cannot get enough of that. It's also fresh, so wonderful. That is healthy cooking and eating. Yummy. And that crunchy onion.